Now, before I begin with this video, I just want to say I am a hip-hop fan. It is a genre that got me into music. It is a genre which has some of my favorite artists and one of my most listened to genres, maybe even the most listened to genre from me till this day. I think it's very versatile and rap can appeal to everyone if they look hard enough for what they like. Even someone who's into, I don't know, classical music, which is like the polar opposite, I feel like they can enjoy a certain type of rap. However, hip-hop's fan base is weird. It's very weird. And yeah, I don't speak on everyone, of course there is outliers, but generally, the average rap listener and how they view music is a bit odd. I've thought about this for a while now, and it's only confirmed to me with the release of Andre 3000's new album, New Blue Sun. It is an ambient instrumental album with no vocals. Extremely weird direction for Andre to go towards, going from being an amazing storyteller, MC with great artistry, and being part of arguably the greatest rap duo of all time, to an ambient record nearly 2 decades after. It's very odd. However, I respect his decision and I was excited to give it a listen given his interview, which I checked out, thought it was pretty cool.
Age is the thing that dictates what you rap about. Like, what do you rap about? You know what I mean? Like, my eyesight is going bad. Like,
now, judging from what I've seen on social media, some people, predominantly hip-hop fans, don't feel the same way, it seems. Twitter, which is now renamed, but I refuse to call it under that, it's an absolutely horrible rebrand, was blowing up with tweets of people just being disappointed. But alright, some people still went ahead and listened to it. And hip-hop Twitter started acting like this is the second coming of Christ or something. And I hope some of you guys know who Rap SK is. Kendrick literally used him to announce Mr. Morale. It was a crazy moment. But if you guys don't know, he is a Twitter account that talks about rap music. But yeah, SK tweeted an absolute war crime of a tweet. He deserves jail time for this. And this is a problem with hip-hop fans, in my opinion. In the least offensive way. And yes, I know it's not like this is for every hip-hop fan, but I speak for a decent percentage of hip-hop fans. I feel like they're less likely to dive into different genres than others. I find that people who listen to just rap or mostly rap are going to look at you differently if you listen to something else. This Andre album, for a lot of hip-hop fans, I'm convinced is maybe their first experience with instrumental music outside of rap and a first experience with ambient music. Now look, I'm no ambient expert myself or instrumental album expert myself. Is that even a word? I guess. But I wonder, why are we as rap fans like this? I feel like we rarely go out to explore other genres. This SK tweet just comes from the fact that he's not really familiar with this type of music. But why do we as rap fans close an eye to other music most of the time? Also, slight mention, I also feel like metal fans are kind of like this as well, but I guess that's for another video. And I'm gonna say this mostly dumbs down to newer rap fans or fans that are more into one-dimensional music. People who listen to the more experimental side of rap, like the weird rapping of Lil Ugly Mane, some of the very dark and hard-to-digest lyrics and sound of Earl Sweatshirt, stuff like Death Grips, which is pushing boundaries of hip-hop, MF Doom with his weird delivery and rhyme schemes, and so on, are more likely to want to check out something else. Simply, if you're into more sophisticated and harder to digest rap and you grow a taste to it, I feel like you're likely to want to see other genres that also inspire those artists that you listen to, or albums that are critically acclaimed in the music world, not just in hip-hop. But here comes the problem of hip-hop fans who are likely young and don't value music that much. I'm talking about the average trap listener. I can't say that trap doesn't have any good moments, because it does. Rappers like Future, for example, have some bangers but also very vulnerable songs. Travis Scott takes trap to new levels with each of his release, both Rodeo and Utopia being pretty experimental as far as trap goes. And I'll mention the likes of Young Thug, his earlier music having really fun delivery and cadence. From the newer generation, I'll say Baby Keem, he has really fun music. And I can also say Lucky, very hypnotizing music, but also some of his older stuff is really depressing. That's the trap music I like, and I feel like it is a bit more out there compared to the basic trap. There is quality in trap, of course there is. But there is a market of trap which is very repetitive and boring. Lil Baby, Lil Durk, Rilo Rodriguez, Moneybagg Yo, 42 Dugg, Lotto, NBA Youngboy, Rod Wave, Gunna, and more. These artists I named are part of a couple of dozen famous artists, well-performing artists who are extremely boring, uninnovative, one-dimensional, and non-inspiring. People who listen to this type of music are so used to it, they just listen to this, And that's it. Mostly because of how digestible and accessible this type of music is. It's fine to enjoy a track here and there, and I do too, but there's people who this is their entire music taste. These people are usually judgmental for other music since they just kind of listen to what's popular. I've been in real life situations where people will shrug something off because it's not popular. Yes, this stuff actually happens. Rap gets its bad name because of racist white people and also because of how we view other genres. A person who listens to these mainstream trap artists usually is really judgmental of other stuff without even getting a whiff of it and hearing it. And look, nothing wrong with listening to music like this. Every once in a while, Lil Baby or Gunna put out a good song that I think is catchy or hard or something, okay? But this being your entire music taste and judging other people based off of stereotypes about certain music without even hearing it is crazy to me. And what I just said about stereotypes is true. Some people will not listen to a certain type of music because they have this imaginary image of someone who is a fan of that type of music. It starts to become a bit of a social issue. This is a big thing with metal and rock music as well. A lot of people who are not exactly educated on this will just kind of confuse the two genres as the same, when in reality it is such a diverse genre that, again, just like hip-hop, I feel like you can find a specific niche that you can enjoy. Just based on how people dress, they get judged and already people assign a personality to them, they assign hobbies to them, they assign what they're like to them, and it's not fair. And I feel like the stereotype that we create for these people will stop someone from listening to a certain genre of music. I know people who wouldn't even give rock music a try, even if it's something more mellow, because they just associate it with rock music, you know, rock and roll, 70s and 80s, hard rock, you feel me? In your old time, it's good to sit down and listen to other genres of music. You don't have to blast it in the aux in the car around your friends, okay? Because then you will look like a complete loser. Because that's just weird, they're not used to it, they're not expecting you to play it, and it's kind of not really fitting. But in your own time, it's good to sit down, listen to other genres, and maybe share it with your friends and see what they think. Try to put them on. Maybe you will make them realize that jazz isn't just for old people. And I feel like we as rap fans really have this view over other genres. Not all of us, of course. A lot of you watching this channel, probably not. But the general public, okay? The general average rap fan, I feel like is like this. Some rap fans don't truly realize that, okay, maybe just flute and other instruments and noises that add to an atmosphere to create a pleasant listening experience can sound good. That's a big problem in our scene. Sometimes we look down at other people too much, and we also have old heads who are just like sometimes completely negative of newer artists, even though there's good lyricists nowadays, maybe potentially better than they were before. And look, I'm not telling you to listen to Swans or Merzbow on repeat or something like that, but what I'm trying to say is, don't judge other genres without listening to enough of that genre, and even not listening at all, because I know some of you do. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. Do you agree with me? Do you not? I'd be interested to hear you guys' opinions. I did a review on Andre's album on my Album of the Year page, so check that out if you want to. And also keep up with that page if you want to see my ratings for albums and short reviews. Please make sure you like and subscribe. That would mean so much to me. It'll help push my video and my channel into the YouTube algorithm. But yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Peace.